Hey everyone, 2 here to cover yet another beautiful character design. This is Hiyuki, and her aesthetics are gorgeous, movements graceful, and there is simply so much packed into her design, with some special features that you'd only see if you look close. Her creation process truly must have been quite the feat. Did someone say feat? This is it, ladies and gents. This is a level of polish and modeling standard that must be strived for. So let's take a close look to see what makes this snow-haired Miko so special. I'll go over everything from the 3D file breakdown to the in-game look and everything in between.
Let there be snow.
Hiyuki's silhouette and design are instantly recognizable. It's a spin-off of the classic Miko or Shrine Maiden, but with some, let's say, artistic liberties taken by their designers. For example, she swaps the traditional red wide trousers for a long skirt cropped neatly at her ankles. The skirt also features these tall vertical slits that go right up to the heavens. They also feature large hip windows, revealing her tacet mark on the right side. Her robed top is styled into a halter, revealing the top portion of her tits, along with her collarbones, a sleek gold sakura necklace, and a mole on her right shoulder. It's lined with a black layer, which serves as some nice visual separation. Her midsection is adorned by an armor plate, which you actually might not notice since it's cleverly the same color as her top, which tucks into it. And these are further detailed with bows, belts, metal embellishments, and an ID card to tie it in with the Wuthering Wave style as well as the Academy. Her face is framed perfectly, with some neatly cropped front bangs, as well as some long side bangs that flow onto her chest, and with the back gathered into an enormous high ponytail. She's got snow-colored hair, including her brows and lashes similar to Jinsei, red eyes, and a sleek neutral face touched with a soft gradient of lipstick. Oh, and there's mole number 2. That's 12 vertices well spent. But to truly witness all her character model has to offer, you have to see her in motion. Everything about the way she moves is so satisfying, from her dance-like dual wielding, to when she just pulls out the bow, to the way she sheathes and unsheathes her blade. And her kit goes really deep with a few stages to her rotation that ramps up with intensity as she goes into her second form. There you'll see the absolutely exhaustive layering of animations and VFX. Highly tuned slash arcs with elements of iridescence, along with supplementary red secondary slashes that go along with her red colors in her outfit, snowflake, spark, and petal particles, ice shattering and splintering, trees growing, movement distorting, after images, nonchalant back turning, an absolutely frightening impact frame, and look at this. This is the full cinematic. With each new release, I find myself wondering how is Kuro Games gonna one-up themselves this time, in terms of effort and polish, but somehow they always do. Side note, I also heavily fornicate with how well Chisa both complements and contrasts Hiyuki while being her current best teammate. There's a lot of contrasts, the white versus the black, traditional versus modern, mature versus youthful, right down to Hiyuki's graceful combat versus Chisa's erratic and jagged cuts. I had to wait so long for a good Chisa teammate and a good Glacio DPS that's actually over 5 feet tall.
Evanescent moon dew. Vanish.
And one detail I really like about Hiyuki are her lashes. Like I mentioned earlier, they're white like Jinsei's, and like Chisa's, they point downwards instead of upwards. So they go like that instead of the usual, like, you know, upturned. You know what I mean. And as always, the texturing is well integrated. The texture continues as if it's one mesh. Even though the individual lashes are actually separate, it's a little obvious when you're up close like this, but when you're not, it's virtually seamless. Also, may I just say, Hiyuki has some insane watermelon crushers. Without the skirt, it's actually wild out here. And they straight up mummified these things, bro. Like, whoever was in charge of the thigh bands for this one really hates blood circulation. But as for the top, removing it reveals the full cleavage. So if you want to see it for yourself, you can download the model. As for me, I want to order Taco Bell when the AdSense comes in next month, so it's tough out here. I think it's fine in the gray, actually. One thing I noticed they do, they lightly clip it into each other. Yeah, you see that? It's what creates that tight cleavage line. Alright, special features time, and yes, I'm including her feet in this section because they have a special detail which you'll soon see. But first, let's have a general foot review. As you can see, these are some pristine looking grippers. And the toes fall in line into a linear or slightly curved slope, depending on how you view it, which apparently is classified as Egyptian or Orient feet. Though I'm not sure how legitimate this diagram really is. She's got some nice red polish to match her theme. That'll gradient from a color in between the skin tone and polish color to the full polish color at the end of the nail, with textured highlights on both sides. And they fit comfortably onto her sandal-like wedged high heels, resting gently without cramping. As for the footwear, the floral designs are clean, both as adornments and etched onto the surface. This bell detail is fire, but I do have a slight nitpick in this area, and I did look into this, judge me all you want, but usually if you have an open toe design, and you only have one strap that's like on the toes or near the toes, then usually you'll also want an ankle strap connected to the heel lock to help keep the shoe on the foot. And she does have these two different anklets, but they're not connected to the heel. So they don't fulfill that in a practical sense, but at least, you know, visually, they kind of do. In other words, Hiyuki's good because she's a fictional character with law-breaking physics, but cosplayers are going to experience a move speed nerf IRL. One absolutely unhinged detail is that her veins are visible. Yeah, her feet veins. I don't know if you can see that. If you're mobile, you might not be able to see that actually. Like here and here. And this is a detail that's not even on Yuno's feet. And it's likely due to, well, at least my theory is that Yuki has an even lighter skin tone, and lighter skin tones reveal more of veins. I think most people will either be appalled or delighted by this finding. Oh, and yeah, her hands have this too. You can also slightly see the veins on her hands. And when she goes into her blue form, the ones on her feet become even more blue. Like, you can definitely see that now. Here, here. Yeah, you get the picture. I don't even know why they added this. Really, because you never see her feet this up close in game anyway, even in the close-up shots. Like, I did not notice this until I pulled up the model in Blender. But yeah, moving on, the ultimate form also has a handful of other changes. All the black and red details become blue and purple, as you can see. And everything takes on this icy and shimmering shading, and it becomes emissive and tattered towards the bottom half. You don't really see that in the MMD model, only in-game. And her skirt takes on this snowy snowflake print design. And her ID card gets absolutely obliterated. Gonna have to print out a new one. And it's nice that it's not just a palette swap, it's an actual retexture, as you can tell by those petals, which are frozen over, when in the original they're like this. It really shows the TLC dedicated to this model.
May the sakura incinerate. Burn this self away.
Hiyuki is probably my favorite in terms of character models for now, but who knows for how long. Wuthering Waves continues to pump out some amazing designs, and let's not take for granted how they continue to raise the bar while staying true to their art style. I would also like to boldly proclaim that she is now the new feet queen. Yes, she has defeated whoever the last one was, so now it's your move, every other gacha, or Yuno's design team. You know, it's about time that girl got a skin too. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. As always, my goats, have yourselves a good night, and I will see you in the next video.